Okay, quick video because I'm kind of irritated and my kids think I watch too much news. Actually, I don't really watch any news, but I do listen to a lot of stuff and I do read a lot of stuff. I'm going to try not to be partisan about this, but the fact is I'm a conservative constitutionalist, and so it's hard for me not to pick a side. And frankly, I think it's worth it. The side that I pick is the side that built this country, and it's the side that's done everything that's been positive that's happened in this country. And so I want to root for it, and I want to explain to my friends why I feel so strongly about it. Back in 2015, I did a series of videos that I'll share a link to below talking about why I was voting for President Trump. It wasn't because I thought he would make a good pastor. It was because I thought he'd make a good president. And there was 5 reasons why I said that me and everyone else should vote for President Trump. The number 1 reason was Supreme Court picks. Why is Supreme Court picks so important? Supreme Court picks set the culture of what this country is and will be for the next 50 years. Had HRC gotten elected, we would have lost the country for the rest of our lives. I turned 50 this year. We would have lost control culturally and socially of this country. I guarantee it. We are so blessed to have Donald Trump in the White House for that reason alone. Supreme Court picks. The reason that the Democrats are so upset right now and they're opposing, for example, border security, which all of them voted for and advocated for as little as 3 or 4 years ago, is because they can't let the president have any wins that are going to be feathers in his cap, that are going to help him get reelected in 2020. And they know that no matter what they do, most likely there is nothing they can do from stopping Donald Trump from having another 4 years in the White House, to which I say hooray, because I believe he will take back over Congress, the House side, in 2020, as well as maintain the White House, and they'll finally get something done. The biggest reason why we didn't get anything done in the first 2 years was thanks to Paul Ryan and the rest of the swamp in Washington, D.C. So the Supreme Court, and it's very likely that President Trump is going to get 2 more Supreme Court picks if he gets reelected. It's almost guaranteed. There's a good chance he may get 1 more even during this term, but for sure during his next term it's just very unlikely that the entire group that's there will stay in that framework for that period of time. So Supreme Court picks, that's the number 1 reason. Number 2 was national security. I said, and I talk about in these other videos again that I'll link, how important national security was and the unique approach of strength. It seems unique right now because it's been so long since we've had a president that actually stood up for what America is in the world. And when America is strong, the world is strong. When the rest of the world submits to America's strength, everything is calm. And that's exactly what Donald Trump has done, and national security has been a big issue. It remains, to me, one of the biggest issues, and that's the reason why it was number 2 on my list. I still think it's a big issue. And I still think there's a lot more work to do with regards to national security. Number 3 was healthcare, and it's still a mess. And I will say that I have learned a lot, probably more than I even expose on the videos that I did about healthcare. And so maybe I should do another one to explain why healthcare is such a mess and why I think even Donald Trump is not going to be able to fix it. The next one, so that's number 3, and the next one's the economy. The president's done a really good job with the economy. With the help of middle class just working their tails off and really building confidence in what's going on in the country and helping people to build good businesses. The tax reform was good for business, good for the economy, good for the country, and what's good for the United States is good for the world. So economy is number 4. Number 5, do you remember what it is? Number 5 is immigration reform. I still feel like immigration reform is worthy of being in the top 5 list. It's so very important. It's so vital. We don't just need border security, but we need immigration reform. You see, we need this vital labor force coming in. We need a flow of legal people who can come and work in the United States, people that are willing to work, that want to work, that are excited to work. And we need those people to come here legally and be a part of this great country. So in summary, the reason that you see the opposition happening basically right now and through the rest of this year and next year is all about the 2020 election. Everything that the Democrats are doing and the ways that they're opposing the president is 100% because they're trying to find some sort of stable ground to stand on to oppose him in the 2020 election, which, you know, outside of just some really crazy, wild, you know, circumstance, they just do not have a chance in 2020. Certainly want to encourage conservative constitutionalists to keep the full court press on to get the votes out for 2020 to ensure that there isn't even a close chance that some whack job comes in and takes over. That we get a second term for this great president who hopefully during that term is one, not encumbered with you know, some crazy investigation that wants to find out what color underwear he was wearing on a specific day during the election, and also because he knows more about what he's doing and how to drain the swamp effectively. And finally, not that he really cared this term, but he will not care what people think, and he will get stuff done even more so than what he has done during this first term. And I am, for one, very excited about that. And the reason is because this is our culture at stake. This is the culture of this great United States of America that is at stake. And I'm proud to be a part of it and excited to see the growth and progress that we've had over this last couple of years, and very excited to see what we can do as we finish out this initial term. Hopefully take back the House in 2020, keep the White House, and keep charging forward with a full head of steam and lots of excitement and exuberance for what we can do. God bless you.